RKO the infamous and WO back with another video doing my WWE Monday Night Raw. What day is it today? July the 16th, 2012. And let's get started off with this Raw. This Raw was actually pretty good tonight, and it was easy to watch, so I did not feel tired / fall asleep throughout this Raw, which I've been doing for the past couple weeks now. If I haven't made a Raw review, either it sucked or I fell asleep halfway through. And this week, it was not the case. So let's get started. We had CM Punk come out saying he has beaten every challenge that has come to him, and he has been WWE champion for pretty much 8 months now, since he held the title since November at Survivor Series, where he won it against Alberto Del Rio, and it is now July. So what is that? December, January, February, March, April, May, June. May, June, July. Yeah, 8 months. And yeah, and he will be facing Big Show later tonight. And Big Show claims that he's gonna beat up CM Punk in the main event. This is the non-title match, and when he does, John Cena is gonna cash in his Money in the Bank that he won last night against him. And yeah, next we got the WWE Tag Team Championship match: Kofi Kingston and RTruth versus the Primetime Players, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. And why would they put this match on Raw when both these teams had separate singles matches on the pay-per-view? So why wouldn't they save this for the 1000th Raw or for SummerSlam? So they just threw this away like it was whatever. And RTruth and Kofi Kingston won the match. So at the end it was like, what was the point of having this whole ordeal to begin with? It wasn't like Primo and Epico came out and cost them the tag team titles. No, they lost clean. So what was the point of this whole ordeal? I don't know. This is WWE logic for you. Giving the free title match even though they booked the 2 matches on pay-per-view, and giving away a free TV, and not even having a proper bill finish towards the match to build to the pay-per-view. That's it. That's it. It's done now. Then Daniel Bryan Danielson talking to AJ Lee in the back, saying how he's finally realized his wrongdoings and he's sorry for everything. He has something to tell her. Then Eve comes in and interrupts them too, and says that Daniel Bryan cost Eve the match last week, and that him and Daniel and AJ will be teaming up with Eve and a mystery opponent later tonight. And then Daniel says to AJ that he will be telling her what he needs to say after the match, after they win the match tonight. Next we got Alberto Del Rio. Well, Zack Ryder came out, which was a surprise because Zack Ryder hasn't been on Raw in how long, yet in a match in how long on Raw. And he goes up against Alberto Del Rio, which was like, okay, Ryder, you're getting squashed tonight, which was the case. Cross armbar, and that was it. And then Rey Mysterio, music hits, booyaka booyaka, 619. Hey, we haven't seen Rey Mysterio in a long time, even though we saw him in the Slammies. And last time, I think that was the last time we saw him in the Slammies. Then before that, it was that Raw in San Diego against Alberto Del Rio for the WWE Championship, but Rey Mysterio attacked Alberto Del Rio, so I guess we're gonna get the Alberto Del Rio Rey Mysterio feud for SummerSlam. They're rehashing this feud, which will give something for Alberto Del Rio to do at least. And then next up we had a match, the segment where Heath Slater takes on a legend, but this wasn't a legend he faced, it was just a competitor from the past that was formerly in the main event scene in the year 2000. I did it for The Rock. You already know who that is. That is Rikishi going up against Heath Slater. Heath Slater pretty much took a stink face, and that was pretty much the match. And then Rikishi got the victory. And then the Usos came out, the Rikishi's sons, I believe, and started dancing in the ring like A-Train and Scotty 2 Hotty used to do back in the day. And then we got the next match. We got AJ versus Bryan Danielson. AJ and Bryan Danielson versus Eve and her mystery opponent, The Miz, the returning Miz, last night on the pay-per-view. he returned to go in the Money Mike ladder match, which he failed to get. And they Danielson and Miz went back and forth, and AJ tagged in Danielson, so Miz had to switch out anyways, which led to Eve getting a roll up, but Miz was distracting the referee, so Danielson pushed AJ in a way so AJ was getting the pinfall in the roll up, and AJ got the victory. And then Bryan Danielson proposes to AJ, and she accepts. Yeah, so I don't know where they're going with this storyline anymore. CM Punk is totally out of the storyline. Now it's down to them two again, like it was last year. And we will be getting the wedding on the 1000th Raw. So a lot of stuff we're getting built up to this 1000 Raw. Then we got a Ryback match, and it was against the All-American, American Jack Swagger. And Swagger got his offense in, probably the most offense ever to Ryback take. But the match didn't officially start, and then Ryback pretty much beat up Swagger, gave him 3 power bombs. That was it. So Ryder versus Swagger ended in no contest, but the contest didn't even start to begin with, so it was just a fight. And then we got Dolph Ziggler coming out, giving a pretty good speech, even though in the speech he said he was going to be better champion than Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vicky Guerrero just kind of ruined it. Dolph Ziggler was tremendous, but Vicky Guerrero just ruined it with their add-ons. But Dolph Ziggler should definitely get rid of Vicky Guerrero. Then Chris Jericho all of a sudden comes out. I just mark out, I'm like, oh my god. Please tell me that they're putting Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler in a feud for SummerSlam, because if they do, and it looks like they will, because Dolph Ziggler just kept saying how Jericho has done nothing ever since he came back. He's just a loser. He lost a title match. He's been in more title matches than there's a lose, and loses everything. And then Jericho proceeds to code break, does a code breaker on Dolph Ziggler and leaves the ring. So he does a silent treatment, but I guess he's a face now officially, and hopefully, please, Jericho versus Ziggler at SummerSlam. That would be a great match to watch and a great feud to have in the next 4 weeks left till we get to SummerSlam. Next up, we had what do we have next? We had a Brodus Clay match against JTG, and when I saw JTG, I'm like, JTG still has a job in the WWE? But this was another quick match. It actually lasted longer than usual Ryback match, and obviously Brodus Clay got the victory. And I still think they wasted this and should have been building toward the Brodus Clay versus Big Show feud, but that isn't the case. And then we got the main event. We got CM Punk versus Big Show. And this was a pretty good match. Some moments I actually thought Big Show was going to win. He got the choke slam on CM Punk, but CM Punk got his leg on the rope, and then Punk and Big Show was going at it to a point where Big Show got really mad and pushed the referee, which ended in disqualification. Then Big Show pretty much beat up CM Punk, which led to John Cena doing his epic announcement, which he's supposed to do, runs down the ring, and everyone thinks he's going to catch him in the bank. He looks at the briefcase, looks at the referee, and then gets a mic saying that he will not be cashing Money in the Bank, even though Big Show was yelling at him to do so, because he hasn't been champion in almost a year now, and that this would be the easiest wins he'll ever get to become the WWE champion. But then he says he's going to leave it for 1 week, and CM Punk has 1 week to get ready for this match, because on the 1000 Raw, John Cena will be cashing in his Money in the Bank contract to face CM Punk on a one-on-one match for the WWE Championship. So, less than 24 hours later, we know who John Cena cashing Money in the Bank is. Most people predicted that he would be facing CM Punk at SummerSlam for the CM Punk John Cena 3 match on pay-per-view. But this is not the case. He's facing him on Monday Night Raw, the 1000 Raw. This show has been built up big as SummerSlam. This show officially has the return of DX right at 8 o'clock, the reunion between DX and Triple H. I mean, the reunited between Triple H and Shawn Michaels to reform DX. We had the Lesnar thing, where Lesnar has to accept the SummerSlam. That's two things. We have the returning of The Rock. We have Cena versus Punk for the WWE Championship. So Cena versus Punk 3 for the WWE Championship. We got this storyline of, we got the Bryan Danielson and AJ Lee marriage. So that's, what is that? With The Rock, DX, Brock Lesnar, marriage, title match. It's 5 things already. We got multiple other surprise legends coming in. We got the Heath Slater segment. What's going to go on with Jericho versus Ziggler? Who is Sheamus going to be facing in that title contention? Because we did not see Sheamus any part of the show, even though he is the World Heavyweight Champion. This is supposed to be Super SmackDown. I mean, Raw Super Show. And, yeah. So, what's going on? Who knows? This was a fun Raw to watch. They built up a lot of stuff for the 1000 Raw. And this 1000 Raw is going to be an excellent show. I bet there's going to be a lot of nostalgia. And they got a lot of stuff going for this Raw. So, hopefully it is good. This is as good as a pay-per-view has to get for a free show. And hopefully, I'm predicting that John Cena, after this Raw, after next week's Raw, will be the first person to lose the match after cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. That is my bold prediction for next week, and I think that will be a lot of other people's bold prediction. I think it will be a screwjob finish, which will lead to them having an official match at SummerSlam, which sounds like a waste, but I guess that's the way they're going to do it. And, yeah, so, there you go. That was Raw tonight. Fun show to watch. If you missed out, go check that out. There's a lot of stuff to build up to the 1000 Raw, which will then later build up because we still got 4 more weeks, I believe. 4 more Raws till SummerSlam. And we got a 3-hour show, and this was the final 2-hour Raw for now, I believe, because I guarantee they will be back on 2 hours by next year this time. And that is all. Thank you for watching my WWE Monday Night Raw review. I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully next week's Raw is a good one. So, thank you for watching. That is all.